very excited to be here with Clare from Altered Images. Clare, I just happened to run into you here at this wonderful establishment, and you were so gracious to sit down with us and talk for a few minutes. And I've been a big fan of you for a long time, and the band Altered Images, but this is really a special time because you don't perform in the U.S. too often. It's been a while since you've been here, right?
Yeah, I mean, I think it was around 1983 was the last time that I played in Los Angeles, and I'm feeling really nervous.
Are you feeling nervous?
Yeah.
Well, you're going to do amazing. I can feel it. That positive energy. That I've talked to friends that heard about the show and were so excited that you were going to be, again, no pressure, but just that because you're not a performer that typically does these 80s shows like some of the others that we see often. So, are you excited though? Nervous and excited?
I'm very excited, and I'm determined to enjoy every second of it.
Beautiful.
And not waste the moment, by being too nervous.
Yeah.
So that's going to be great. And it's for me, I like to make every show really count because I don't do it that often.
Yeah.
So that in itself makes it really special.
Wow.
And hopefully I won't fall off the stage.
Oh no, you won't. It's going to be amazing.
I'm a bit clumsy.
Clare, one of the questions I've always wanted to ask is sort of the origin of Altered Images. 1979 and really coming into the 80s really strong. You had a lot of support from John Peel and also from Susie and the Banshees. Can you tell us a little bit about some of that initial press or support that you got that kind of catapulted you and the band into the limelight?
Well, we were huge Susie and the Banshees fans, the boys and I, and we were still at school, and we heard they were coming to Scotland on tour, and we really naively just sent off a tape to the fan club and said, can we support you on tour? And Billy Chainsaw, who was their fan club manager, passed it on to Susie, and Susie loved it, and they said yes.
Wow.
Stuff like that just doesn't really normally happen.
So then you got to go and perform with one of your musical idols.
Yeah.
And talk about surreal, right? That must have been pretty exciting. You were a teenager back then, too, pretty young. And,
I was still a schoolgirl, and when I first supported Susie, and we played a really big festival together called Leeds Futurama, and that's where John Peel saw me.
Wow.
And so the band.
And then once
it's all about me.
No, it was, because that face, and Gregory's Girl, early 80s. Wow, so that really put you guys in what an ascension so quickly.
It was really crazy. I mean, within about a year, I went from sort of watching music shows and watching films and suddenly being in them. And that was quite, I got a little bit frightened of it. And I had to stop for a wee while, and I think that's when my hard work really started.
Okay.
Because although it wasn't easy, the whole Altered Images thing, I mean, it was nice. I mean, things just rolled along really nicely for us.
Yeah.
And then when I left the band and I wanted to make films, I made a film called Comfort and Joy in hometown Glasgow, and I thought, I can't believe this is all happening to me.
Yeah, what a charmed life, right?
But then, of course, acting is like the toughest profession. The music business is really tough.
Yeah.
So, I've had to keep working hard, keep creating opportunities, keep feeling lucky, and I'm actually just really proud of the fact I've been doing it now for 30 plus years.
It's an amazing legacy. And did you find, for those that don't know, Clare, of course, went on to be in so many wonderful British programs and movies. Red Dwarf, cult classic, Father Ted, EastEnders, it goes on and on and on. And you have an upcoming film coming out pretty soon called Delirium, right?
Yeah, it's a really unusual kind of art house film, and I do keep it close on those, don't panic anyone. And,
darn it, no.
And it's about a piece of music, a piece of classical music, and I play the wife of the composer, and it's about how our marriage is kind of unraveling as he's writing this piece of music.
Wow.
So I do a lot of comedy, but this is like a real kind of, drama.
Wow.
Drama.
Wow.
I'm sorry,
No,
I'm so nervous.
that's awesome. No, we're excited. It's excitement. It's not nervousness. We're so excited to see this project. So definitely, you guys stay tuned there. One last question I had for you, Claire, was when you were coming up as a teenager, right before Altered Images hit, were there some major influences on you? I mean, the punk scene, you know, in the UK. I mean, was there something that really inspired you to become a musician early on?
I mean, it was Susie Sue and Debbie Harry.
Yeah.
I mean, and I just loved the idea that girls were allowed. You know, we got to be part of it because, you know, I couldn't really relate to. I mean, I've got nothing against boys. Don't worry.
No.
I really don't.
But it's good to
just
see.
seeing endless boys in bands.
Yeah.
Eventually, I was like, where are the girls?
Yeah,
you know?
yeah,
So,
yeah. I mean, people like Patti Smith, Susie Sue, Debbie Harry, the Slits, some of those punk bands. Yeah, we're so inspiring.
And empowering. Yeah. So I loved all of that.
Well, I bet there's a whole generation of folks that would cite you, Claire, as an empowering influence as well, and I consider you to be just that. So I thank you so much for your time, and look forward to seeing all the great projects you're involved in here in the future.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thanks.